Shock, evacuation across all of Asia, tsunami and earthquake hit Russia. Radiation levels rising in the center of Zaporizhzhia. ZES cloud or fake. The bad weather isn't letting up. Downpours and flooding. A storm has hit Ukraine. Another storm warning. Thunderstorms, squalls, hail. Meteorologists are sounding the alarm. I'll tell you all the details in a moment. Hello, this is Ukraine Today. I am Victoria Panchenko and the latest events. Apocalypse in Russia's Far East. Russia was hit by a tsunami and experienced the world's strongest earthquake since 2021.
That's it, it's underwater now. I hope no one was left there.
By the way, the Japanese Meteorological Agency has ordered residents of the eastern coast to immediately evacuate to higher ground. Evacuations have also been announced in Hawaii due to the tsunami threat. The tremors haven't stopped. The earthquake in Kamchatka is ongoing.
Peekaboo. Mom.
The magnitude of the earthquake in Kamchatka reached 8.7. This seismic event marks the most powerful earthquake to strike this particular region since the year 1952, making it an exceptionally significant geological occurrence. Its magnitude surpasses any other recorded tremor in this area over the past several decades, highlighting its unusual intensity and potential impact. This makes it a truly historic event for the geological records of this specific geographical location, given that no earthquake of comparable strength has been observed here in over 70 years.
Year ahead.
Probably. Right? Yes, it's ending. No, not at all.
Something really intense.
Meanwhile, in Zaporizhzhia, the radiation level increased during strong winds coming from the occupied territory. This was reported by the head of the Center for the Study of Occupation, Petro Andriushchenko.
The time is 7 p.m. While the wind was blowing, the radiation level was rising. The wind is coming from the occupied territory. I don't want to exaggerate or spread panic, but this definitely requires attention and clarification. At the very least, because for several days in a row, the Russians have been stirring things up and talking about some imaginary strikes and fires at the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant, and things like that.
Every voice matters. Join our community, support independent journalism and help us bring you the truth from Ukraine. Become a member of Ukraine Today. Join us now.
Later, the Ministry of Internal Affairs of Ukraine reported that radiation levels in Zaporizhzhia are within the normal range. They said that the State Emergency Service conducted air measurements, the radiation background across the country is stable, and there is no threat to the population. Ukraine has also been suffering from weather swings for several days in a row. Bad weather has caused havoc across the entire country. Heavy downpours and gale force winds have led to large-scale consequences in several regions. Flooding, power outages in villages, and fallen trees. Rescue workers are on the job.
In the Rivne, Vinnytsia, Zhytomyr, Ternopil and Khmelnytsky regions, they were pumping water out of basements, yards and residential buildings. They cleared fallen trees and assisted the population. Flooding has been recorded in Rivne, Zviahel, Vishnevets and Sharhorod. In Vinnytsia and Zhytomyr regions, the bad weather left more than 120 settlements without electricity. Restoration and recovery work is ongoing and there are no casualties. In addition to the state emergency service units, community rescue officers are also actively involved in eliminating the consequences. They promptly assist the population, pump out water, clear areas and coordinate actions on the ground.
In the capital, in the Desnyansky district, cars were damaged due to falling trees. Strong winds during the storm knocked trees onto cars. Rescuers retrieved the passenger vehicles. The exact number of cars damaged by falling trees at this location has not been specified. In the Darnitsky district of Kyiv, the wind tore off the facade of a residential complex. The video was published by local Telegram channels. Pieces of cladding were flying directly at people and cars. A historic building in Lukyanivka was also damaged by the storm. Part of the roof of the former Evelina Schmidt income house, built in 1913, was blown off. This building is the last example of the old development on the street and the newly discovered architectural monument. Zhytomyr was also hit. In the city, crayfish were swimming in the streets, which had turned into rivers due to the bad weather. According to meteorological services, 89 millimeters of precipitation fell in Zhytomyr over 2 days. That's 112% of the monthly norm. On some streets, people were even moving around with life rings. The Ukrainian Hydrometeorological Center has warned that on the 30th of July, thunderstorms are expected in most parts of Ukraine, except for the west, the Far East, and Crimea. Particularly heavy rains are forecasted in the Kyiv, Chernihiv, Cherkasy, and Kirovorad regions. In the Cherkasy, Kirovorad, Poltava, and Dnipropetrovsk regions, hail is possible during the day, and wind gusts of 15 to 20 meters per second are expected.
First level of danger. Yellow weather conditions may lead to complications for energy, construction and utility companies as well as disrupt transportation.
This week in Ukraine, contrasting temperature readings will persist and precipitation is possible. The west and north of Ukraine are gradually cooling down and receiving rain. Meanwhile, the southeast is still suffering from the heat. Meteorologists warn that there will be no significant relief in the coming days. Here is a detailed weather forecast for the week. Stay tuned.
The final week of July continues to bring us such contrasting weather across almost the entire territory of Ukraine, just as it has throughout the month. And this diverse weather will persist until the end of the month. In most regions, atmospheric fronts will still have an influence, bringing precipitation there. However, in the southeast, it will remain hotter and mostly dry. So let's look at the precipitation map and see that over the next 2 days, these atmospheric fronts will be in effect. In most regions of Ukraine, except for the southeastern part, there will be brief thunderstorms with rain. And in such regions as Rivne, Volyn, Zhytomyr, Khmelnytsky, Chernivtsi, and Odessa, we even expect heavy rain tomorrow. Then, starting from the 31st, atmospheric pressure will gradually begin to rise. These atmospheric fronts will move away. And residual processes will still remain in the northeastern part of Ukraine in the form of light, brief showers in some places, but most of Ukraine's territory will already have weather without precipitation. In the coming days, the wind will mainly be from the southeast, while in the western regions it will be from the northwest at 7 to 12 meters per second. During the day and hours tomorrow, in most central regions, as well as Odessa and Mykolaiv regions, there may be hail and squalls in some places. Wind strengthening. Temperature readings remain quite contrasting. If tomorrow most regions will still have 18 to 23 degrees at night and 27 to 32 during the day, the hottest areas remain the south and east. There, the heat is still intense, 35 to 38, but the coolest areas tomorrow will be the western regions, as well as Zhytomyr and Vinnytsia regions. And starting from the 30th, Kyiv and Chernihiv regions as well. There, temperatures will be 14 to 19 at night and only 20 to 25 degrees during the day. Starting from Thursday, the temperature background will begin to even out somewhat across Ukraine. And nighttime minimums will range from 12 to 19 degrees. It will be somewhat warmer, of course, in the southeast up to 23 degrees at night. And daytime highs in the western and northern regions will be 22 to 27 degrees, while in all other regions they will range from 27 to 34 degrees.
And what is the weather like in your city right now? We look forward to your comments. More to come. Stay informed and hit the like button under the video. Peaceful skies to you. We are gaming.